The first thing that comes to mind when you think of internet censorship might be block content on YouTube, block movies, block programs, a whole lot of blocking, right? Those are what people most commonly think about. Other types of internet censorship include some of the bad things that the internet has. Examples such as hate groups like extremists, child pornography, and criminal activity. But why is the internet censorship so important to us? Besides government censorship on some of the bad things, there are two main reasons why internet censorship is implemented. In terms of a business perspective, we look at protecting the intellectual property rights of the company and economic interests. How can the internet be censored? Well, there are both non-technical and technical methods of censoring the internet. For the non-technical, it comes from, let's say, publishers, authors, firms, industries in the form of warnings, threats, and civil lawsuits against infringing individuals or companies. The motives for certain censorship are often guided by technical boundaries, often laws put in place by the government in order to control censorship. However, many of the laws are inhibited to protect the intellectual property rights of publishers, authors, and industries, are also the lobbyists to government, due to the economical motives to these groups. Internet censorship is also a tool used by the government to suppress non-government supported views and thoughts as an indirect method of propaganda. The reason I am advocating internet censorship is because of its ability to limit the basic right human, which is free speech. Its controversial discussion involves moral and ethical issues about what is right and what is wrong with the current use of the internet. Should the internet be totally uncensored? No, it shouldn't be. This statement does not imply that all content should be free to speak, upload, and download, just to question some of today's growing issues in the web. Examples of freedom of speech used on the internet are the protests that stem from unrest centered in the airport. Many of the country's citizens united together using a social networking site, Facebook, to start uprisings against the current government systems. This resulted in a revolution in several countries such as Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, etc. This is an example of how internet censorship can hinder the masses in order to put a halt to political movements. With censorship put in place, we may not be in the same place we are today. Another example which advocates the human right of freedom of speech is the ongoing issue of the internet versus the entertainment industry. Just recently, the U.S. implemented a new bill called Protect IP, which is used to censor the internet by blocking access to infringing domain names and to cut off funds to infringing websites. The implement of this is to hinder the internet piracy and copyrighted material, specifically content from the entertainment industry. Many of these sources of where freedom of speech is broadcasted may seem like a credible source of piracy in the eyes of the wrong person. Even cute cat videos playing copyrighted music in the background still constitutes piracy. Where do we go from here? Well, first off, the internet is a vastly growing industry that accounts for a big chunk of the global economy. By changing the inner workings of the net, the internet will become less stable, less secure, allowing for the potential for internet abuse and farther political control. So the question we ask is, how far will our governments take internet censorship? The answer, as far as we will let them. Thank you.